First to the conflict in the Middle East, which is escalating. Overnight, Hamas continued to lob rockets towards Israel. Israel responded by broadening its airstrikes on Gaza. Joining us now from the Israel-Gaza border is Nine News reporter Peter Stefanovic. Pete, after 4 days of intense fighting, what's the situation at the moment on the ground?
Well, still intense, Sarah. Rockets are still continuing to be fired over both sides of the border. The death toll is still rising. At last count, more than 40 Palestinians have now been killed and 3 Israelis have been killed. Structures are continuing to be damaged as well. According to Israel's Defence Force, it has taken out some 200 targets in the past 24 hours, including the Prime Minister of Hamas's office block over in Gaza. That has been completely flattened. Hamas is continuing to launch long-range, medium-range and short-range missiles as well. Just a few hours ago, it launched a rocket towards Tel Aviv, but it was taken out by Israel's defence system. So, yeah, after 4 days, still very intense. The fighting is only continuing here. Definitely no let-up at the moment.
Pete, a few Arab nations are working on a peace plan. Is there a solution in sight?
Very difficult to say that's going to happen anytime soon, Sarah. The Arab League at the moment is meeting in Cairo to try and nut out a plan. It's tapped Egypt's Prime Minister to be the peacemaker. It will send a delegation into the Gaza Strip at some point over the next few days to have a look at what life is like on the ground there. But it is hoping to get the two warring parties together to try and come up with a peace plan. But nothing's happening just yet. Gaza's saying it will stop firing its rockets as long as Israel does. Israel says it will stop firing rockets as long as Hamas does, but the rockets are continuing to be fired. So, as we know, as long as that happens, then there's not going to be any kind of peace deal.
Pete, we can't imagine what it's like living in conditions like we're seeing in the pictures that are coming through. I mean, the people you've spoken to, how are they holding up in the midst of all of this?
Yeah, very, very difficult. It's very, very frightening here. I mean, you don't really go half an hour without hearing the alarms that howl whenever a rocket is coming towards your direction. You know, put yourself in their shoes. They've got a family, they've got a home. All of a sudden, a siren blares. A rocket's coming their way. They have to go into their safe rooms and just basically ride it out and hope that the rocket doesn't hit. And there was a family that we were talking to today. A fella said that his teenage daughter just doesn't stop just going to the bathroom. She's so scared. And his wife, she's continually vomiting. She's so scared that a rocket is going to hit their home. Another lady I was talking to today, her neighbour's home had been struck. Her place was fine, but she was just crying all day. She just couldn't believe what life is like at the moment. So it's those kinds of things, it's the psychological effects that you don't read about a lot that really get to you, and everyone here seems to think that it's only going to continue. It might even get worse over the next few days, so very, very tough indeed.
All right, it is a terrifying situation. Peter Stefanovic, thank you very much for the update.